At Richest Billionaires Homes, what we do here isn't just about showcasing properties, it's about selling a dream. Imagine a world where luxury knows no bounds, a true escape beyond the reach of the everyday. Forget the super yachts and the private jets. Forget the palatial penthouse in Mayfair and the sprawling mansion in Beverly Hills. There's a new status symbol emerging among the ultra-affluent, and it's not worn on the wrist or parked in a garage. It's sprawling, outfits with panoramic views, and often comes with a herd or two. This isn't just about buying a property, it's about acquiring a kingdom. We're talking about billion-dollar ranches, a concept so audacious it makes your mind properly boggle. These are not just homes, they are personal empires, vast and untamed, offering a level of privacy and freedom that's simply unobtainable anywhere else on Earth. It's a proper British blimey moment, isn't it? We're about to peel back the curtain and take you inside the most exclusive, most secretive, and frankly, most jaw-dropping real estate market on the planet. This is At Richest Billionaires Homes, and what we do here isn't just about showing properties, it's about selling a dream. We delve into the why behind the what, exploring the intricate motivations of the world's most successful people. We believe that every home tells a story, and the stories we're about to share with you are some of the most epic tales of success, legacy, and pure, unadulterated ambition. So, chuck on the kettle, get comfy, and prepare to be absolutely gobsmacked. This is the ultimate guide to the world of billion-dollar ranches. A new era of ranch ownership. For generations, the American West was the domain of the farmer and the cattleman. People who worked the land with calloused hands and a generational grit that ran as deep as the canyons they called home. But, my friends, a colossal cultural shift is underway. The open range, once a symbol of hard-won independence, has become the ultimate luxury commodity. The very essence of ranch ownership is being redefined, not by those who toil the soil, but by those who have already conquered the world of finance, media, and celebrity. They've made their fortunes in the digital ether, in the bustling metropolises, and now they desire something more tangible, something they can see, touch, and truly own. The traditional trappings of extreme wealth, the flash cars, the designer watches, the art collections, are, in many ways, becoming a bit old hat. They're tangible proof of a certain status, but they don't quite offer that same sense of unparalleled freedom and legacy. A ranch, on the other hand, provides something far more profound. It's a statement of permanence, a place where one can truly put down roots, not just for a lifetime, but for generations to come. It's a bit like buying a whole bloody country estate, but on a scale so grand it defies imagination. It's not just a home, it's a living, breathing testament to one's success, a patch of the planet that is all yours. These titans crave a connection to the land, a connection that feels both primal and deeply rewarding. They want to be able to look out over their horizon and know, with absolute certainty, that everything they see belongs to them. The new buyers are a brilliant mix of visionaries and titans of industry. We're seeing founders, financiers, and heirs who view acreage not just as a playground, but as a robust, long-term store of value. It's a hedge against the unpredictability of the global economy, a tangible asset that isn't at the mercy of the stock market's whims. They believe that while economies may falter and markets may crash, land will always hold its value. And, let's be honest, it's a brilliant place to hide away when the world gets a bit too much. The pandemic, for all its horrors, fueled an unprecedented desire for space and solitude, and these sprawling ranches offered just that. The ability to simply step outside and not see another soul is a luxury that money simply can't buy in most parts of the world. It's a quiet ambition to create a world of one's own, a private paradise that is completely self-contained. Motivations and influences, the unseen forces. Now, one might ask, why the sudden surge? It's not as if vast tracts of land just appeared out of thin air. The truth is, it's a perfect storm of factors. You've got the savvy investment, the post-pandemic craving for wide-open spaces, and, of course, the undeniable allure of Hollywood. The Yellowstone effect, as it's been dubbed, has played a starring role. Now, We're not saying that every single person who's bought a ranch has a Dutton-esque fantasy of riding horses into the sunset. But what we are saying is that this smash hit TV series has undeniably glamorized the rustic lifestyle and vaulted ranch life into the mainstream of the ultra-high net worth individual. It's a romanticism that sells a dream, a lifestyle rooted in adventure, legacy, and a deep connection to the land. People aspire to that sense of grounded power, that feeling of a family dynasty rooted in the soil. They imagine a life of quiet mornings on horseback, of watching the sun set over their very own hills. It's a lifestyle that belies the chaos of their professional lives, offering a sanctuary of simplicity and grandeur. But the motivations go far beyond the television screen. The practical appeal is absolutely undeniable. Ranches offer a level of security and low population density that's become a major selling point. In a world that often feels overcrowded and overexposed, a private ranch is the ultimate sanctuary, a place where one can truly unplug. It's not just a place to escape to, it's a place to escape from. For the founders and financiers who have spent their lives in boardrooms and on trading floors, the simple act of breathing in fresh air and casting a fly into a pristine river is the ultimate luxury. They long for a life where they don't have to worry about the paparazzi or the prying eyes of the public. They wish for a place where their children can grow up with a sense of freedom that's almost unimaginable in a city. And let's not forget the sheer investment potential. Land is, after all, a finite resource. These properties aren't just sitting there. They're often income-generating assets, whether through cattle ranching, farming, or, as we'll see later, something far more creative. These buyers aren't just spending money. They're making a smart, long-term investment. They're buying a future, a legacy, a safe haven for their families for generations to come. It's a fantastic way to diversify a portfolio with a tangible, beautiful asset that you can actually live on. They realize that in a world of volatile assets, land is the one thing that will never disappear. This isn't just a purchase, it's a statement of long-term vision, a testament to their belief in the enduring value of the land itself. The new kings of the West. Conservation and empire. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The traditional cowboy spirit isn't completely gone. It's just been reimagined, with the new owners taking on the role of stewards, not just of their land, but of entire ecosystems. They are transforming private ownership into a powerful force for conservation. They understand that with immense wealth comes immense responsibility. They are no longer just landholders. They are the new guardians of the American wilderness, and their intentions are reshaping the landscape for the better. Ted Turner, the media magnate, is a proper legend in this space. He owns more than a dozen ranches across half a dozen states, amassing a personal land portfolio so vast it rivals many national parks. But his motivations are as much about conservation as they are about legacy. On his lands, which total around 2 million acres, he's been at the forefront of reintroducing native species like the bison, and his properties are now living laboratories for ecological restoration. He's proven that it's possible to run a working ranch, make a profit, and simultaneously heal the land. It's a brilliant example of how modern ranch ownership can be a force for good. His passion for the environment is evident in every decision he makes, and he wants to leave a legacy that is more than just a media empire. He hopes to be remembered as a true conservationist. Then you have figures like retired golfer Greg Norman, who snagged himself an almost 12,000-acre game ranch in Colorado's White River Valley. A bit of a sportsman's paradise, that. The thought of a private hunting and fishing paradise, all to himself, must have been utterly irresistible. And of course, we can't forget the artist and entrepreneur Kanye West, who's made the high plains of Montana his new canvas with 2 ranches totaling more than 10,000 acres. These aren't just properties. They're personal playgrounds, canvases for their grandest visions. They dream of creating something new, something that reflects their unique personalities and creative intentions. Record-breaking sales and a glimpse of the giants. Right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and talk about some of the proper big spenders. The names you'll know, and the properties that will make you feel a bit faint. The real eye-poppers, though, are the transactions that have been absolutely shattering records. Last year, a 1,507-acre spread near Austin, Texas, sold for a staggering $90 million. Now, that's what we call a proper payday. A 50-acre ranch in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, a mere drop in the ocean compared to some of these, still fetched its $39.5 million asking price. The people who bought this property knew they were getting more than just land. They were buying a front-row seat to some of America's most spectacular landscapes, a sense of exclusivity that very few can ever hope to achieve. Even a Montana cattle ranch that had been held by one family for over a century sold for more than $50 million. Imagine the history, the stories, the sheer emotion that must have gone into that transaction. The family understood the legacy they were selling, and the buyer wanted to honor that history while writing their own new chapter. But those are, in a rather charming way, just a bit of small potatoes. Let's talk about the absolute giants. The 353,000-acre Brewster Ranch in West Texas, listed for nearly £200 million and sold for £130 million to the Texas General Land Office. The sheer scale is difficult to comprehend. To imagine a property of that size, you have to think about it not in acres, but in countries. It's a place where you could get lost for a week and still not see a quarter of it. The buyer realized the immense public value of such a property, intending to preserve it for generations of Texans to come. And then there's billionaire Stan Kroenke, whose land portfolio is a staggering 1.8 million acres. His recent acquisition, the 62,000-acre Canyon Blanco Ranch in New Mexico, is now just one more jewel in his already immense crown. He believes in the power of land as a portfolio asset, and he knows that a diverse portfolio of ranches is a smart move. But the real showstopper, the crown jewel of his holdings, is the Wagoner Ranch in Texas. At over 510,000 acres, it's the largest ranch in the US within a single fence line. The price tag for this historic property? A jaw-dropping $725 million. This colossal ranch wasn't just a piece of land. It came with thousands of cattle, hundreds of horses, and most importantly, more than 1,000 producing oil wells. The mineral rights alone were a massive part of the value, and the sale of this property was the largest ranch transaction in American history at the time. These are the kinds of deals that happen quietly, discreetly, with an unparalleled sophistication that's a true hallmark of the ultra-affluent. They're not just buying a piece of land, they're buying a piece of the American West itself. They desired a piece of history, and they believed that this property was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Monetizing the ranch lifestyle, the new venture capital. Now, this is where it gets really clever. Many of these buyers aren't just looking for a private retreat, they're looking for a return on their investment in the most creative ways imaginable. The ranch is no longer just a place to live, it's a business venture. The new owners intend to turn their private paradises into lucrative businesses, proving that you can have your cake and eat it too. They understand that the true value of a billion-dollar ranch isn't just in the land, but in the lifestyle it represents. Take Taylor Sheridan, the chap behind the cultural phenomenon that is Yellowstone. He's a bit of a cowboy-in-chief, and he put his money where his mouth is, purchasing the iconic Four Sixes Ranch in Texas, a monstrous 267,000-acre spread that was a key filming location for his show, for a reported $280 million. But he hasn't just been using it for personal pleasure. He's monetized it brilliantly, hosting equestrian events, concerts, and, of course, leasing it back to Paramount for a reported $40,000 a week to film. Talk about a cracking business model. It's a proper full-circle moment. The show that glamorized the ranch life is now funding the reality of it. Sheridan wants to share his passion for the ranching lifestyle with the world, and he hopes to build a brand that is synonymous with authenticity and quality. And Sheridan isn't the only one getting in on the act. His co-star Kevin Costner is a prime example. His 160-acre Dunbar Ranch in Colorado, complete with its own private lake, a baseball field, and even treehouses, is available for those who aren't ready to commit to ranch ownership. You can rent it out for a whopping $29,000 a night. It's a chance to get a taste of that billionaire lifestyle without having to sign on the dotted line. It's a genius move, really, offering a curated experience that's a testament to the immense value of these properties. The land doesn't just hold value, it generates it. The guests who book a stay here desire to experience a life they can only dream of, and Costner knows that this desire is a powerful business driver. The demand is strong, as brokers will tell you, not just from private families seeking generational retreats but from hospitality groups looking to curate immersive experiences. You simply can't replicate the access to wild landscapes that these places offer. The memories made riding horses, casting flies, or simply unplugging are a luxury that no city can ever provide. This is about investment in lifestyle, in legacy, and in one's own sanity. And as we know, for the ultra-affluent, those are the most valuable assets of all. They understand that true luxury is not about what you have, but about what you can do. It's a fundamental shift in perspective, and it's driving the market for these remarkable properties. The current market landscape and the future of the West. So, what's on the market right now for the discerning buyer with a few £100 million to spare? Well, if you're looking for your own slice of the West, Wyoming has a couple of absolute corkers. The 190-acre Red Hills Ranch, once owned by Senator Herb Kohl, is back on the market for a cool $52 million. It's the kind of place that whispers of power and solitude, where a person can truly retreat from the world. The previous owners believed in its value as a quiet escape, and the new owner will likely feel the same way. Then, just down the road, you've got the historic Antlers Ranch. It's been in the same family for over a century and is now asking $68 million for more than 16,500 acres of pristine wilderness. Blimey, that's a lot of land to go for a stroll on. The family who owns it hopes to find a buyer who appreciates its rich history and desires to be a good steward of the land. Out in California, you've got a bit of celebrity history up for grabs with Steven Seagal and Kelly LeBrock's former ranch, now known as Rancho Arroyo Perdido. It's on the market for a very reasonable-sounding $12 million. The 190-acre spread includes a hacienda-style main house, a guest and staff quarters, and facilities for horse breeding and training. This is a chance to not just buy a piece of land but to own a piece of Hollywood history. The buyer will know they are getting a property with a unique story, and they will desire to add their own chapter to its narrative. As younger generations move away from the traditional ranching life, these rural properties are increasingly passing into the hands of outside buyers with big visions and even bigger checkbooks. It's a cultural handover happening in real time, a testament to the enduring allure of the West. It is no longer just about cattle and crops, it's about a new form of currency, space, privacy, and legacy. The new owners want to create something lasting, something that will be a testament to their success for generations to come. They realize that the West is more than just a place, it's a canvas for their wildest dreams. So, there you have it. In the eyes of America's wealthiest, the West has never looked so wild, or so worthwhile. Whether it's for a family compound, a passive investment, or a place to escape the humdrum of the world, these ranches represent the ultimate form of luxury. They are not just properties. They are the ultimate statement of success, a kingdom to call your own. Now, if you're thinking a few £1,000,000 for a ranch is a bit steep, don't you worry. We've got something for every budget. Stick with Richest Billionaires Homes to see the next level of property porn, and remember, the dream is always just one video away. We hope you'll join our community of viewers who believe that the best stories are yet to be told. Disclaimer. This video is produced by Richest Billionaires Homes and is intended for entertainment and educational purposes within the luxury real estate niche. All audio, commentary, and informational content are original and created by our team through human research, writing, and editing. Select visual references may be sourced from publicly available materials and are used under fair use guidelines to support narrative and analysis. We do not claim ownership or representation of any third-party brands, properties, or entities featured. No infringement is intended. At Richest Billionaires Homes, we don't just showcase properties, we sell a dream and tell a story. Our mission is to narrate the lifestyle, the vision, and the legacy behind every billionaire's home. We believe in tell, don't just show, because every space deserves a voice, and every detail speaks to a life well lived. The stories we tell here aren't found anywhere else on YouTube or social media. They're crafted by real people to inspire, captivate, and elevate your imagination.